so I am back with Saturn in the fourth house, Synastry, um, and Saturn in the fourth house Synastry. This is here we go, here we go. Um, this is the thing because it's very hard for Saturn to come and access somebody else's fourth house without there being some sort of seriousness that's going on. Like automatically, the fourth house person senses that Saturn is somebody that is there, that could really be there for the long haul, that is not just going to take off on them, that is mature. The partner went with this situation, with this industry, one partner could be older than the other, therefore having some sort of resources or something, they've gone through a certain set of experiences to where they're going to be mature when it comes to security and stability, right? So, like, this is something that the fourth house senses in Saturn. Saturn senses in the fourth house. This goes both ways, okay? So that is there. It's that could be just like a mutual understanding without even being discussed between the two, but even just by like the look of everything, just by like how they're handling each other. And then there's this other side of it to where if they're dating or they're getting to know each other, it's about their conversation when it comes to security, that where they know like, okay, well, I might need to take this person serious. Now, here is where the issue can come in, or where there could be a certain number or level of problems that pops up. If one or the other person senses the seriousness, looks at their partner as somebody that they can't really play around with, that they gotta, there's some sort of security that they have to provide or stability that they have to access here, and one or the other person is not ready, you will get a sort of like holding back of interactions, distancing, maybe even criticizing. Because Saturn can do a lot of criticizing of the fourth house person if they feel they're starting to feel insecure, or if they're not ready to be inside of something serious, because they're going to realize that they have to step inside of their maturity. They're going to realize that the fourth house person could possibly be demanding things from them, that not that they cannot give, but you remember Saturn operates over time. Like over time, Saturn could, wherever Saturn is placed at, it needs some sort of maturity, and as time goes on, you see a person really mature in a way with that energy that they're bringing to accept responsibility and to really have the capacity to commit or withstand something that's long term. They're able to keep up the commitment. They won't let it go. They will keep trying, things of that nature. So yeah, these two, depending on, the age when they meet each other in life, and things of that nature, well, there could be an age gap, like I said, but will depend on if they're ready to pursue this. Like when these two come together, it's like I said, they start thinking about family, because the Saturn person could activate the fourth house person to want to think about family, to have a family with the Saturn person, to make sure that they have the certain level of security as well to offer the Saturn person. All right. And this is the thing, another thing that can come up as an issue is the fourth house person could feel like the Saturn person is stifling of their emotions, like the way that they feel. When it comes to family situations or obligations, Saturn could be like opposing to that. Like Saturn could be more of like the stern parent when people are just wanting to have fun. Saturn can put a damper on that by just being like, pointing out all the reasons why, oh, we should follow this schedule, we should follow these rules. Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, because really, what is wrong with following schedules and following certain rules? But at the same time, Saturn has to understand to kind of let go and let things just happen, let things just be, be in this creative space, be in this space of, a family and togetherness without having to dictate the way that things has to happen or the way that they see things, vice versa, because the fourth house person can feel as if they are not really able to let go. And this is the thing too, because even when you have children within this particular synastry, let's say this is a couple that has children, the child could feel like the Saturn parent, or the children could feel like they cannot really come to the Saturn parent with the truth about how they feel in situations, growing pains, things of that nature, because they feel like they're going to get in trouble or they're going to get criticized or critiqued by the Saturn parent. So they could actually, try to move away from this whole interaction, and you can find them going to other outlets to vent or to find some type of clarity or to feel important, because the Saturn parent can also come off like just a workaholic and not really spending time with the, balancing out the time with the family and things of that nature. And the interesting thing is, even if the fourth house person wasn't like this at first, they could get together with the Saturn, person, because the Saturn energy is going to be strong, and they could both emit this type of energy into the home environment. That is why one person has to be able to have the conversation with Saturn. Like, listen, is it okay? Like, tell them what you feel in a way. Don't come in an emotional way. Come in a logical way, in a practical way, and say, this is why, I want to sometimes for you to back off, or just let's have things be less serious and not so stern. Like, okay, let's have this, but at the same time, let's break the schedule. Let's break the monotony, the consistency, and allow the freedom here. I'm sorry, I thought my dog had something that she wasn't supposed to have. But, and you can come at the Saturn like, well, this is our chance to really change the trajectory of the way that karma and stuff plays out for our children. Like, we don't have to repeat the cycles, okay? For each other even. But another good thing or interesting thing about this is that these two could be very solid. If they can come and they meet at a very good time, if they can mature with each other, like sometimes it takes maturing here, so they could be like distancing and whatnot. But these two can really, you can see over time, you can see like if these two are together when they're younger or when they're just starting out, you can see like over time, like they started this place and then you see them get an even bigger place and you see them get even something even better, and then they have this stable unit that they have built that works for them, that works for their family, that they can pass on to their kids, and just in their, the family unit, family dynamic, on and on and on, and just be there, be providers. I'm not saying that you don't struggle with this aspect at first, possibly. It depends, because Saturn can hit you in one or two ways. It can make you struggle, or it can just, you can benefit off of your parents with certain Saturn placements. You get what I'm saying? Certain Capricorn placements. But these two, you really have to, it takes maturity, it takes emotional maturity, and it takes a willingness to, be open to understanding and letting go at times. So there's a very big compromise that happens here, but this could definitely be a long-term stable situation or stable commitment. All right. Thank you.